Nearly 3 months after a well-known pastor was gunned down in her driveway, 2 of the accused carjackers were in court.
Today, the family of Reverend Dr. Artura Eason Williams was hoping to learn if the 2 teens would be tried as adults. WREG's Jerita Patterson has details on what happened and what's next.
It is a case dating back to July 18th. That is when Reverend Dr. Artura Eason Williams was gunned down outside her Whitehaven home during a carjacking. According to police, video footage from the area captured the attack. A week after the killing, Edward Rodriguez Tabora was arrested and charged. 2 15-year-olds were also charged. That brings us to where we are today. The accused teens appeared by way of video from juvenile lockup to learn if their cases would be transferred to adult court. The families of both 15-year-olds were also present by way of video conferencing. They were not alone, as the family of Reverend Dr. Eason Williams was also there. Her husband, daughter, sister, and several cousins were hanging on to every word. The 2 teens appeared separately, both wearing a dark green issued jumpsuit, not saying much except to state their names, ages, and highest level of education. We at WREG are choosing not to name the teens unless their cases are transferred to adult court. That will have to wait, as the mental evaluations given to each teen was briefly discussed during Monday's hearing, with the attorney for one teen saying they did not have a copy. In the end, the case was pushed back. Before the judge agreed to continue the case, Reverend Dr. Eason Williams' husband spoke up with frustration and confusion in his voice, wanting to know if a decision on what's next would finally be reached at the end of the month. It took less than an hour's time for both teens to appear in court, going before the judge, the victim's family, as well as their own family, but not enough time for the court to decide if the case would be transferred to adult court. The 2 defendants have been ordered to return back to juvenile court October 24th. We will be there as well. Reporting in downtown Memphis, Jerita Patterson, WREG News Channel 3.
By the way, the court tells the victim's family and the family of the accused, even if a decision to transfer the cases is decided, the teens would likely not be moved until next month at the earliest. Of course, we will keep you updated as this case moves forward.